Hey guys, today we're working with our letter G, and with the letter G, we're going to be looking at a still life, and the still life is going to be of a glass bottle and some grapes. So your grapes can be purple grapes, they can be green grapes. We have selected purples and greens. You can make 2 sets of grapes. I asked you to bring a pencil today. You're going to need a pencil, and you're going to need an eraser to do just a little bit of shading, and you're going to need a little cup of water with either a paintbrush if you have one, or you can use your finger, or you can use a Q-tip. Any of those would be great. First step, we're going to take our paper this way, and we're going to fold it from top to bottom. And use the table, please, to if you need to. Once you do that step, we're going to go long ways, just like this example here. You're going to take this bottom one, and you're going to bring it up to the folded line. So this is going to help us with the shape of the grapes. This is going to help us with our drawing. So we're just doing this on the bottom. So fold, fold, and this is going to help us because we're going to start our grapes in this part right here. The glass bottle is going to be behind here, and it will be in your background. So I've taped mine to my board so that way I can draw with you today. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with the grapes. And with the grapes, I selected this purple right here. And my purple is called a primrose. And with this here, I'm going to start with some circles right about here, maybe about this shape size of a dime. And I'm going to start, I'm in the middle of the 2 folded lines. So the most part of my grapes are going to start there. And I'm going to make the circles, and I'm going to keep the circles going as we go down the page. And I'm going to go to this point in this corner right here. So as the grapes are flowing to the bottom, they're going to go at sort of an angle. So have them go to the corner of the paper. See the corner of the paper right here? So Chase, you'll be going to that side over here. And they're going to get smaller. So at the corner, maybe just leave 1 grape there. And then as you come up, connect them in between. All right, so whether you used purple or whether you used green, if you plan on doing 2 sets of grapes, you could do 2 sets of grapes. All right, I put a lot there. So the next step, what you want to do next is where there's little open spaces, you want to color it in with your marker, whether it's purple or green. So Chase, where you have little holes right in between the grapes, right here, you're going to color it in. And when we worked with the letter B, we worked with something called blending. And blending was done with the water and the markers, and then we made a lighter shade or a lighter value of the color. So what we're going to do next is, I don't want you working with a wet space yet, so we're not going to add the water just yet. We'll do that a little bit later. We're going to add, and we're going to begin the pencil shading. So if you're done with the grapes, we're going to move on to the next part. So if you'd like to add a stem coming out, you can add a stem. And I will give you time later to color your backgrounds, and we'll play our song for the day. And you'll be able to take that time to finish the background. And I just added a little leaf in pencil. I know it's really hard to see, but maybe once we start the shading, you'll be able to see that a little bit better. So I'm going to come, let's see, I'll start actually at the top right here. And I'm going to make this oval shape. Kind of reminds me of a hot dog. And as it comes down, I'm going to come down from the jar or the glass, and I'm going to go to the side. So you can make it right in the center. You can make it on either side. Let's see, and I'm going to go right here beside the grapes stem. All right, so once we're shading, when we're shading, we're going to be shading the sides of the glass or the sides of the vase. We're going to start with the side, and we're going to follow the line of the glass vase, glass cup, glass, and we're going to go all the way down. And then just remember, as we did our value with the dark to light, We're gonna do that with the vase and the glass here. So we're gonna go dark on the outsides. So I'm gonna have you both do both sides dark with your pencil. As dark as you can get it. And then as you start to do your next, here's my stem. I'll darken that so that way you can see the stem, but later I'll add brown to it. And as we go to the inside of the glass, as we're pulling it, we want to make it look realistic. So we want to try to kind of pull some light into it. We're going to go from dark on the sides here to light. We're going to go just to very light to where we can barely touch the paper. And it's shading from dark to light. So I'm going to do that again here. Dark. And I'm just going to lighten it up to where I meet sort of in the middle. And we're slowly, slowly changing. And then we can take our finger and sort of rub that right in there. So I'll try to get a little bit closer so you can see it. Sorry if my glass is a little crooked. I am drawing from a different angle. So it may look a little shifted or just a little crooked. I'll apologize for that now. So as we come down the side of the glass, we're showing value with a pencil shading. So it's just going to get lighter. As we go down. And remember, we're following the form of the glass. We're going up and down. And then at the top right here, where it's sort of that hot dog shape, you can go dark to light in there too. So it's going to show a little bit of perspective. And then the fun part at the end is taking your finger and doing a little rub to then blend it together, and then taking your eraser to pull a little bit of light out. So we're just going to go dark to light. So working on your shading. All right, and then once you think you're about done with the shading, the edges should be a little bit darker than the inside. You can take your finger and you can rub. So you're pressing down hard and you're just rubbing the pencil shading. And if you have an eraser, the next step would be to sort of just pull a little bit of light out of it. So you can draw with the eraser and kind of get the shape of the glass.
I need an eraser.
Okay. So just going beside sort of your medium value. Let me hand you that there. And then we can sort of rub it and bring it back. So as we shape. Now, some other steps that we can do are the background. So when you're working on your background, you can draw. The folded lines are there to sort of guide us for where the background is. So for those steps, you can trace that line. And if you want to add some, maybe some more grapes or add something down here, you can. We're going to have some time to decorate the tablecloth and the background. All right, so hold them up, what we got? Oh, looking great. Okay, so now's our chance to add, did you add your stem? Oh, yep, you've got your stem. I'm going to add just a little bit of water. So if you have a paintbrush, and you're just going to take, and I'll hold it up a little bit closer to you, and you're just going to take the paintbrush and just rub the grape sort of in a circle. And I'm even going to leave just a little bit of white. I'm not doing the whole grape. I'm going to leave a little bit of white on the grape so it looks like it's shining, or it looks a little bit realistic. Okay, so I'll show you. I'll let Chase take over with this paintbrush, and I'll demonstrate with my finger for those of us that want to see the finger. Okay, so just adding some water to the purple. Oh, and that's going to bring in some value. I don't want to get it on my tablecloth because that will be down here. We'll save some time to do that. And that will give you your value for your purple. Okay, and there's my grapes, and Chase is working on his grapes. And as we finish up the backgrounds, you can make the tablecloth blue, you can make it polka dotted, you can make it You could decorate it with more fruits on it if you want. We are looking at the letter G for our grapes. And we are looking at a glass shading. So the glass, and I'm just going to do, you know what, I'm going to do the same thing with the leaf. So if you want to add the value in the leaf, I'm just going to take my finger and just rub a little bit in the green. And then I'll come back with the brown to do the other part. All right, you want to hold it up, Chase? We'll do that on our countdown. So let's get ready to do that, and then we'll share our Pokemon pick of the day. All right, you show yours too, because I'm excited to see what your grapes look like, even if they're not finished. All right, so on our countdown, 3, 2, 1, show. Hold up what you got. Wow, oh, there we go. Fantastic. Our glasses and our grapes. And who is our Pokemon pick for the day, Mr. Chase? We have a G. Remember, our letter is the letter.
Grimmsnarl VMAX. He has a health of 330 and deals 170 damage.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for working with our letter G today. I'm excited to see what your backgrounds are going to look like and what your tablecloths are going to look like. Have a fantastic art time, and I will see you next week with our letter H. Goodbye.